Let's take a look at mistake number 4. You've got to know the average vacancy for your market. All right. This sounds simple, but let me explain to you where this goes wrong. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And when I talk about the market, the average vacancy, I'm not just talking about the market. I'm also talking about the sub-market within your area. You can't just say, oh, that's all 10%. You've got to know exactly what it is within your sub-market. And there are different places that you can find that. And here's why this has become such a crucial problem for new students. When you're building the model in your CFA, in the cash flow analysis, does the model does it model what the market is doing? In other words, if you put in there the standard, or you think that you're going to get this property down to a vacancy of 5%, and you build that 5% over the next 20 years on your model and the CFA, what's the submarket that you're in? What's the actual vacancy in that submarket that you're in? And you have to use that number, not the 5%. I see students just throwing in a number just to make, my numbers look so good. Yeah, but that's not reality. If the property is running at a 20% vacancy and you're modeling it at 5% because you think I'm going to do such a great job, but the market is actually at 12%. And guys, this is personal experience speaking, okay? Because I'm guilty of this myself when we were doing early on looking at properties. Don't think that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread at running a property and you're going to get your average vacancies 7% below what the market vacancy is. It's just not going to work out that way for you. So you've got to make sure that you're using the market vacancies and the sub-market vacancies in your analysis for the deals in your neck of the woods. Now, so that's the thing about this, about the vacancy, and you're going to see it in just a moment. And also, I see this come up quite a bit on the absorption rate. And I know that there are people on the call right now that have no idea what the absorption rate even means, okay? And this comes into play most likely when you're dealing with a rehab or a repositioning. And here's a deal. Let's just think about it logically. And that's a beautiful thing about this business is all of these concepts and all of these numbers are just so logical. The absorption rate means, I got a bug in my studio here. The absorption rate means that you have to take into consideration, this number takes into consideration how quickly a multifamily owner can lease up units once they become available. All right, now you think, oh, well, I got 10 units. Next month, I'll have 10 more units of rent available to me. It doesn't work that way. Different markets move faster than other markets. Some markets are very slow. People are not moving in as quickly as you think. So the chances of you filling up those vacant 10 units in the next month aren't realistic. And that's what's called the absorption rate. And we always look to see what the absorption rate is in a particular market, especially when we're doing a rehab, especially when we're doing a repositioning, because you've got to take those numbers into consideration as you build what we call your burn rate through the repositioning, where we take into consideration how much money am I not making during these repositioning months, and how much more do I have to take out of my own pocket to keep the thing going? And the absorption rate takes that into consideration. It helps you calculate out what the actual number is. So don't think that you're gonna, I'm gonna kick everybody out. 3 months, we're gonna come in and we're gonna rehab all 50 units, and then we're gonna, in the 4th month, we're gonna be making a ton of dough. Well, wait a minute. That's so unrealistic. First off, you're not going to fill all 50 because this submarket has a 12% vacancy. So right away, we know we've got to take 6 units out. So you're only going to have 44 units on this property that you're going to lease up. Now, what's the absorption rate in that marketplace? Well, typically about 3 units per month is what we're seeing because things are a little slow. Well, that's going to take you a year and a half to lease up that property. Now, granted, you can start doing concessions. You can start doing a whole bunch of stuff to lease it up faster. But remember, there's a cost to concessions. And that's the trade-off. So if you're paying, if you're wanting to lease up the place fast, it's going to cost you. So that's the difference with taking that stuff into consideration.